I don't know if you know this. I hope you're sitting down when you hear this. But LeBron James has left Twitter in a huff. Let's go to the scorecard. LeBron James yesterday tweeted out, and with that said, I'll holler at y'all going off social media for the time being. Y'all take care. He does that. So I say, and he says, with that said, so that made me say, well, hold on, what was said? And so I scrolled down, and the tweet before that, or the post before that, he said, amen. And he's reposting and commenting on a post from Rich Kleiman, who I believe is the Rich Kleiman that works with Kevin Durant. He's been associated with athletes for a long time. I think that's who this is. But this Rich guy had posted on X, with so much hate and negativity in the world today. Rich, I believe, is, I went into my black man voice. He's white and or Jewish, so I don't know if I've got the perfect voice for Rich. Let me start all over again, because I'm not sure. I need to hear Rich Kleiman talk, but with so much negativity and hate in the world today, it confuses me why some of national sports media still think that the best way to cover sports is through negative takes. We can all acknowledge that sports is the last part of society that universally brings people together. So why can't the coverage do the same? It's only clickbait when you say it. When the platform is so big, you can make the change and allow us all an escape from the real life negativity. I, for one, find it all a waste of breath. The Olympics and JJ and Bron's show was the future of what this can and should all be. That just warms my heart and just makes me think, oh, he's so right. Steve, what we're missing in this world is millionaire athletes talking amongst themselves and filleting each other and telling each other how great they are and positioning themselves for head coaching jobs in the NBA. That's what this platform, social media, should all be about. How do we elevate the elite even higher? And with that, LeBron is out. He's going zero dark 40, or is it zero dark 47?
Zero dark 40.
Zero dark 40. He's going zero dark 40. What do you think of, and Mark Jones, I'll add in him in a minute here, but Steve, just your reaction initially to LeBron James temporarily, or for the time being, deuces to social media?
I mean, he's just completely disconnecting. He's not heading for the insane asylum of blue skies. Okay, that's interesting. That seems to be the new trend there for all the whiners and pouters. I'll echo something that I said a couple of weeks ago. What happened November 5th was a rebuke of the celebrity class, whether an entertainer or an athlete. And I think a lot of these individuals are now finding out you might be famous and popular. You're not all that influential. And when you're so overtly political, and not only do you give endorsements, but you almost give edicts that, hey, this is the way to vote. And then you get shot down, okay, in strong fashion. They can't seem to handle the blowback. That's why a lot of athletes and celebrities better be careful that when you endorse anything, not everyone's going to agree. And when the outcome isn't what you want, this is what you're going to get. I actually think it's going to be really interesting to see how long does LeBron actually hold to this blackout that he's doing by himself. I also wonder how much of this.
You didn't have to get racial. You didn't. Why did you get racial with this? Why did you have to call it a blackout? You went racial.
It is a blackout. It is self-imposed. But I also wonder how much of this is the negative blowback that he's getting about his son. I think people are now figuring out what a farce this is. I was waiting for you to get there. So, look, there are now people in the NBA or people associated with basketball think, man, the way they're doing this in the G League is not a great thing. But a lot of these individuals have a sense of entitlement that not only do you always have to agree with me, you have to give me constant adulation. And quite frankly, I do not think they're handling it well.
Let's be honest. The insurance model is broken. Crowd Health puts your health care back in your hands. Use the promo code FEARLESS at joincrowdhealth.com. That's joincrowdhealth.com, promo code FEARLESS. You went right where I wanted you to go, and I think this is primarily driven by Bronny. People are in LeBron's mentions trashing Bronny and trashing LeBron for putting Bronny in this situation. I think 96% of this is Bronny. I think 4% of it is like, well, I want to get out of here because this Bronny heat's too tough. And now all the leftists are behind the scenes begging me to get off of X in solidarity with Kamala Harris and, God knows who else, Mark Jones, whoever. We're all going to blue sky Twitter. We're all going to, grab hands and sing Kumbaya while we praise the mutilation of children and transgenderism, in this happy place. Anyway, but yes, I think it's all or primarily driven by Bronny James. And if Bronny James ever goes on, and I'm saying this in all seriousness, if he ever strings 3 good games together in the G League or the NBA, LeBron James will be back on Twitter the next day.
Well, for that to happen, they would need 3 straight home games. Because I don't know if you've heard or not, he's not taking that Southwest flight to Idaho or whatever. Okay, I don't know where the franchises are, but he's not taking a bus ride to whatever games they play. I've always found it interesting when people announce that they're leaving a platform, or this is a great one, or they're unfollowing you. Hey, Steve, this thing's gotten a little political. I didn't follow you for that, so I'm just going to unfollow. And my response has always been, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to block you so you never come back. That is the height of self-aggrandizement to think that you're important enough to announce that you're leaving a platform. Just leave. We're good. I don't follow a lot of athletes or celebrities, believe it or not. I certainly will never follow LeBron. But, and LeBron, in terms of the way he's handling his son, I would say this. I would argue that if you really cared about your son and what is being said about him to begin with, you never would have had him play for the organization. You would have said, son, get better at basketball, and get this. Maybe if you can get your degree, why don't you stick it out at USC for a while?
Let's get to layer 2 of this. Mark Jones, the ESPN broadcaster, this thing is just so negative, and he's such a beacon of positive energy, just like LeBron is such a beacon of positive energy. Just 2 weeks ago, LeBron is putting out videos about Donald Trump being the KKK or racist and all that. But hey, let's go to Mark Jones. Here's Mark Jones, who's got to be pushing 50 years old, I would think. Well, help me out. Mark Jones, the ESPN broadcaster. Get me his age. Or someone get me his age. But here's his tweet. This is a man pushing 50, married, kids, the whole 9. Catch me, I'm out. Catch
63.
me, I'm out. What?
63.
Mark Jones is not 63. Do better research.
Yeah, he's been around a while.
Catch me, I'm outside, y'all. About to be out this beh. I guess he's using the word bitch there. I'm out of here. See you on the happy, non-hateful side. Holy cow. And this is, I'm telling you, I need to conduct a class, a seminar, something, a therapy session for these black dudes that marry white women and how to handle it and how to just live your authentic life and self rather than, oh, I'm married to this white woman. Social media trashes me for it. Let me pretend to be as black as every rapper or, let me fit every stereotype. I mean, just the entire tweet just speaks to like, this phony MF. I mean, grow a pair. Let me say it more Christian-like. Mark, find Jesus, man. Get you a good church home and quit worrying about what people think about your wife, man. You love her. You got kids with her. That's your wife. Don't be ashamed of her. Don't be ashamed that you love her. Quit trying to put on this little gimmick that, you're really Master P. even though, or you're really Malcolm X, even though you're married to Becky Shabazz, not Betty Shabazz. Cut it out, Mark. Anyway, your thought. I mean, Mark Jones has a string of nasty tweets, saying he won't accept police escorts because they might kill him. He's the phoniest man on social media. Good riddance, good luck at Blue Sky. Your thoughts?
I think the most embarrassing part is a man that age using that vernacular. But as the kids say, hat, cap, whatever. See, here's the issue. Yeah, cap. Okay. Yeah, he's got more cap than lids. Here's the issue with Mark Jones, and I'm seeing this all across social media with guys like him. For about 3
Holy
or 4
cow,
years.
Mark Jones is 63.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jason, he's been doing games since the mid-90s. How old did you think he was? But he did show.
I gotta say, I thought he was like right. 50. I thought
no.
Oh,
Jason,
he's 63 talking this way over social media.
Does that make it worse because he's older?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Steve. Go. He is 63. But, unbelievable. Right. Go ahead, Steve.
He's been doing games since the mid-90s. So, yeah, he is that old. And look, it's like that old saying. It doesn't crack. Credit to him. But here's what individuals like him cannot handle. The last, I'd say, 4 to 5 years, starting with 2020, that very tumultuous time in American history, certain people could say anything inflammatory or incendiary, and literally everybody had to agree. They had to be, quote unquote, the ally. They had to be the guy that understood. And they're like, we're behind you. We're going to have serious conversations. And you were not allowed to disagree. You just couldn't, because you'd be branded a racist, a misogynist, a sexist, or whateverist. Now, again, post November 5, people are now saying, man, you really are full of you know what, and they cannot handle it. So goodbye to Mark X. Salam alaikum.
If you're true, brother. Steve, you know this. You know this as a baller. Jason, you know this as a baller. The true power move, if you're truly gone, if you're truly leaving, you say nothing. The greatest breakup move, the greatest advantage that you have in any situation is silence. Go quietly. That gives you the power. These moves right here show you how soft they are. These are softball dismounts. These aren't strong power plays.
I'm sitting here stunned that this man is.
He probably uses collagen and gets his lips done.
But it's not about his looks at this point. Now it's about
looks young.
It's about the tweet.
Yeah.
It's about the post on X. There's just no way a 63-year-old man should be talking this way. I'm up out this bit. Are you kidding me? What could be phonier than that? Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.